Aziz milletim, değerli basın mensupları,
Dear members of the press, esteemed citizens, I greet you with my warmest feelings, respect, and love.
şu an ekranları başında veya dijital mecralar vasıtasıyla bizleri takip eden
I send my greetings and respect to all my citizens who are following us now, either in front of their screens or through digital platforms.
dışarıda gece gündüz koşturmaya devam ediyoruz. Daha adil bir dünya,
We continue to work day and night to build the century of Turkey.
İnşallah durmadan, dinlenmeden çalışacağız. Son kabine
Until we reach the ideal of a fairer world and a more prosperous Turkey, we will work tirelessly and without rest, inshallah.
1 Ekim Salı günü Türkiye Büyük Millet Meclisimizin 28. dönem
Since our last cabinet meeting, we have continued our work with an intense agenda in both domestic politics and foreign policy.
bir an önce kurtararak yeni sivil bir anayasayla buluşturma irademizi
On October 1st, we held the opening of the 28th term's third legislative year at the Grand National Assembly of Turkey.
yapılan onca revizyona rağmen Türkiye'ye ve demokrasisine
In my address to the Assembly, we confirmed our determination to free Turkish democracy from the shame of the coup-era constitution and to bring it together with a new civilian constitution.
herkesin idrak etmesini bekliyor. Tüm siyasi partilerin yeni
We can clearly see every day that the current constitution, imposed on our nation by the 12th of September regime at the point of a gun, is insufficient for Turkey and its democracy, and far from meeting the needs of Turkey, despite numerous revisions.
üzerinden yapılan tartışmaların da sürece katkı sağlamadığını
I sincerely hope that the political parties, which have not been able to reach our advanced democracy target, will respond constructively to our call for a new constitution.
İsrail'in Gazze'ye saldırısıyla yaktığı ateş, dini fanatizmle hareket
As we have previously stated many times regarding the first four articles of the Constitution, our party and the People's Alliance have no issues with them.
asıl niyeti
And I want to reiterate that the discussions surrounding the first four articles do not contribute to the process.
gözünü bölgedeki diğer ülkelere dikeceğini ilk günden beri
During the opening of the new legislative year, I also shared with the public the security challenges our country faces.
malum kesimlerin haksız eleştirilerine maruz kaldık. Bizi
The fire ignited by Israel's attacks on Gaza is spreading throughout the region, driven by the current government's religious fanaticism.
suçlayanlar oldu. Ancak İsrail'in Lübnan'a yönelik başlattığı
Since October 7th, we have consistently emphasized that this issue is not just about Gaza or Hamas. The real intent is to continue the policy of occupation.
işgalle de yetinmeyeceğini çok net biçimde işaret ediyor.
We have been expressing since day one that Israel will not stop in Gaza and will set its sights on other countries in the region.
Tehdit edecek kadar küstahlaşması, idrak kapıları halen açık olanlar
We faced unjust criticisms from some of our friends and from certain factions within our country for our warnings.
personellerini dahi koruyamayan bir Birleşmiş Milletler görüntüsü
There were those who accused us of being fortune tellers and exaggerating the crisis, and others who charged us with politicizing foreign policy.
açıkçası biz de merak ediyoruz. Düşünebiliyor musunuz? İsrail
However, the recent attacks by Israel on Lebanon once again demonstrated how right our concerns were.
yer alıyor. Ancak Birleşmiş Milletler Güvenlik Konseyi tüm bu
The statements from Netanyahu's cabinet clearly indicate that Israel will not be satisfied with just occupying Lebanon.
biz işte bunun için yıllardır dünya beşten büyüktür diyoruz.
The Israeli government's audacity to attack UNIFIL and threaten the peacekeeping forces is sufficient proof for those who still have open doors.
Gelinen noktada şu gerçeği hepimiz görmekteyiz.
I must also say this. A United Nations that cannot even protect its own personnel is a source of shame and concern for the international system.
Dışişleri ve Savunma Bakanlarımız meclisin kapalı oturumunda
We are also curious about what the UN Security Council is waiting for to stop Israel.
7 Ekim sonrasındaki vahşete rağmen tehdide gözlerini kapatanlar
Can you imagine?
yaparsak yapalım bazı gerçekleri kabul ettiremeyeceğimizi biliyoruz.
Israeli tanks enter the UNIFIL area, attacking peacekeeping soldiers and injuring some. Yet the UN Security Council merely watches these acts of banditry from the sidelines.
Terör tehdidini bertaraf etmek amacıyla Suriye'nin ve Irak'ın
This is a sign of impotence, of succumbing to Israeli aggression.
fazla tepki gösterenler de yine bunlardı.
This is why we have been saying for years that the world is greater than five.
Aynı kesimler olması elbette şaşırtıcı değildir. Bakınız
We will continue to voice the truths loudly to change this unjust picture.
melekelerinin tamamen kapalı olmasıdır. Öyle bir hayal dünyasında yaşıyorlar
Dear nation, at this point we must all see this reality.
hem de bölgemizi ve dünyayı takip etmekten acizler.
As long as the Israeli government, which chases after Zionist ambitions, has the unconditional support of America and Europe, it has no intention of stopping its attacks.
Karşımızdaki tabloyu çok net biçimde ortaya koymuşlardır.
Our foreign and defense ministers have explained the purpose, intent, and real plans in a closed session of the Assembly.
Sizin takdirine bırakıyorum. Biz onlara itibar etmeden gereken
Despite the barbarity that followed October 7th, we know that we cannot convince those who turn a blind eye to the threats with whatever we do.
koruma imkanımızın o derece artacağının farkındayız. Tüm bölgemiz
Today, we remember that those who act as Israel's voluntary spokesperson also uttered the same sentences within the Syrian branch of the separatist terrorist organization in the past.
sınır kapısının İsrail güçleri tarafından işgaliyle birlikte ne yazık ki
Those who reacted the most to our operations in northern Syria and Iraq to eliminate the terror threat were the same ones.
bölgede önemli faaliyetler yürüten Filistin mültecilerine yardım ajansı
Those who aim to undermine our struggle against the FETÖ treason gang are not a source of faith.
tüm yolları
They are simply devoid of understanding.
halkına yardımlarımızı ulaştırmanın gayretindeyiz. Artan hava
They live in such a dream world that they are disconnected from the realities of Turkey and are also incapable of following our region and the world.
hem bölgeye 300 ton civarında yardım ulaştırdık.
Instead of reading developments from a Turkey-centered perspective, they cannot break free from the disease of reading from a Western-centered perspective.
İhtiyaç ve talep olması halinde tahliye operasyonlarımız
I repeat, the ministers of defense and foreign affairs have clearly presented the picture in front of us.
AFAD'ımızı, MİT başkanlığımızı, sürecin koordinasyonunu yürüten
I leave it to the judgment of our nation, those who make the security issues of the country and the nation
bir mesele
a subject of polemic.
atak geçiren yalan ve iftiralarla tahliye operasyonumuza
without paying any heed to them. We are taking and will continue to take all necessary precautions.
vicdanına havale ediyorum. Değerli basın
The higher our deterrence capability as a country, the greater our opportunities to protect ourselves from the fire in our region.
bir gençlik destanı olarak gördüğümüz Teknofest'in 2000
We are determined to guide Turkey out of this crisis storm that is sweeping across our entire region calmly.
4333 takım ve 20.000 yarışmacıyla başlamıştık.
Another urgent issue that we are closely monitoring is as follows.
90 binden fazla takım, 1.650.000'den fazla yarışmacı,
With the Israeli forces' occupation of the Rafah border gate, unfortunately, there has been a significant decrease in the amount of aid reaching Gaza.
dair umutlarımızı tekrar güçlendirmiştir. Türkiye'yi savunma,
Israel is trying to terrorize the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East,
muhatap olduğumuz
which is carrying out significant activities in the region to block aid.
geldiğimizi aziz milletimiz çok iyi biliyor. İnsansız hava araçları
We are striving to deliver our aid to the needy people of Gaza using all available means before the winter season arrives.
zirvede Türkiye olarak biz varız. Geçen yıl bu alanda
We are also evacuating our citizens in Lebanon in the face of increasing air and ground attacks.
gerçekleştirildi. 2023 yılında savunma ihracatı
In recent days, we delivered about 300 tons of aid to the region and carried out the evacuation of a total of 966 people from the port of Beirut with our ships Bayraktar and Sankak.
12,2 arttı. Böylece ihracatımız
Our evacuation operations will continue as needed and requested.
işte 6 milyar doları geçti. 2024 yılında
Once again, I congratulate our Naval Forces Command, AFAD, the National Intelligence Organization,
savunma sanayi
and our foreign and defense ministries for coordinating this process.
milli teknoloji hamlemizle inşallah çok daha iyi yerlere geleceğiz.
I also leave the so-called journalists and politicians who discredit evacuation operations with racist attacks and false accusations to the conscience of our nation.
İleri teknolojide yakalayacağımız başarı vazgeçilmezdir.
Dear members of the press, we held the opening of Technofest, which has now become a brand for Turkey in Adana.
Çok iyi analiz edecek ve bugünü kurtarmayı kafi görmeyen
The growth of Technofest since 2018, which we see as a youth epic, is a source of pride.
2025 akademik yıl açılışında diğer hususlar
We started with 4,333 teams and 20,000 competitors in 14 different categories. And thank God this year, we reached over 790,000 teams and over 1.65 million competitors in 50 different categories.
5 Ekim Cumartesi günü sismik araştırma gemimiz
Technofest Adana, which has been visited by many young people, has once again strengthened our hopes for the future of our country.
aynı görevi Somali denizlerindeki her biri yaklaşık
We will continue on this path patiently until we bring Turkey to the place it deserves in defense and advanced technologies.
icra edecek. Aziz milletim, burada bir hususa
Our nation knows very well where we have come from. Despite the many open and hidden embargoes we face in the defense industry.
meselelerle çok yakından ilgilenirken evimizin içini
We are among the first 34 countries in unmanned aerial vehicles.
takviye etmemiz fevkalade önemlidir. Bunun yolu da
In terms of sales of UAVs and armed drones, Turkey is at the top.
güçlendirmekten farklı siyasi partiler ve toplum kesimleri arasındaki
Last year,
paydayı
65% of global sales in this area were carried out by Turkish defense industry companies.
patlak verirken şunu çok net söylemek isterim ki siyaset kurumunun
Our defense exports reached $5.6 billion in 2023.
Mevlana Hazretleri'nin şimdi yeni şeyler
Along with all these, we will continue to support other countries in developing their own unmanned aerial vehicles and systems, as we have done with our own projects.
Türkiye'nin umutsuzluk girdabına sürüklenmesini bekleyenlerin
Dear friends, another very important issue is that this year, Turkey's and the Islamic world's first space research and exploration satellite will be launched in the second half of 2023.
kendi iç dinamikleri üzerinden köşeye kıstırarak denklem dışına
Additionally, we will send our own developed space rocket into space in 2024.
uyanık olmalıyız. Her kim siyasetten topluma yayılan
Another space satellite we will send into space will be launched in 2025.
Türkiye'nin iyiliğini istemiyor demektir. Her kim
With the education mobilization we have recently initiated, we aim to become a significant player in the space field.
ülkemize ve milletimize büyük bir kötülük yapıyor demektir. Her kim
In the coming period, we will take all necessary steps to advance our space program.
sureti haktan görünerek hedef alıyorsa milletin zihnini bulandırıyor.
As our investments, employment, and production increase, we must also carefully consider our budget.
Bunu şunun için söylüyorum. Malumunuz Türkiye
While addressing the Social Security deficit, we must take radical measures to solve this problem.
aktörler arasında bilhassa milli meselelerde ortak paydada
The measures taken to reduce losses in the public sector are of great importance in establishing a healthy financial discipline, as well as ensuring that our primary aim, social assistance, reaches those in need more effectively.
terörün ve şiddetin Türk siyasetini esir
The savings we will make in this area will also provide us with the opportunity to use social assistance more efficiently.
adımlar atıldı. Ancak tüm bunlarla eş zamanlı olarak bu
We need to take measures regarding social assistance to ensure that Turkey has less access to the general resources needed.
yaşanmış, hatta istenmeyen adam ilan edilmiş kimi eski
Additionally, especially the inspections we will continue to carry out regarding monitoring and regulating social assistance will be conducted primarily to ensure that no one is victimized.
siyasetlerle hedef tahtasına koymasını asla iyi niyetli bulmuyoruz.
At the same time, we aim to definitely increase the effectiveness of social assistance in the upcoming period.
Son olarak parti içi yarışı da kaybederek rekor kıran
For this reason, we will sign a cooperation agreement between the Social Security Institution, SGK, and the General Directorate of Social Assistance and Solidarity, SYDG.
cevap vermeyi kendimize zul addediyoruz.
In addition to those benefiting from health services, the status of individuals receiving social assistance will be monitored more effectively within the framework of this cooperation.
Terörle ve şiddetle arasına mesafe koyması beklenenlerin Tam tersine
Thus, we will prevent losses and corruption.
samimiyetsizliğin işaretidir. Bakınız biz sadece milletimizin
Our goal is to ensure that social assistance reaches those in need in a timely and accurate manner.
Türkmen, Arap, Kürt demeden herkesi kucak yine üyelerimiz
All these efforts are for the purpose of utilizing social assistance more effectively.
ve AK Parti meclis grubumuz Cumhur İttifakı'ndaki ortaklarımızla
You know that the Republic of Turkey has fulfilled the requirements of being a social state by increasing the frequency and diversity of social assistance to its citizens.
çocuk istismarı, şiddetle etkin mücadele için sosyal risk
However, minimizing the lost resources during this process is of vital importance in terms of savings and efficiency.
haritasında müdahale etme imkanı bulacağız. Suç ve suçlularla
In summary, we aim to bring Turkey to a more effective and efficient point in social assistance.
ağırlık vereceğiz. Bir başka husus gıda konusunda
We must also open the way for those in need in society to see this as a right.
güvenilir, mevzuatta belirlenen şartlara uygun şekilde
For people whose living standards improve further, we aim for social assistance to serve as a means of help rather than being deterrent.
gıda kontrol ekiplerimiz geçen yıl 1,3 milyon
In line with these goals, we expect the inspections conducted to improve social assistance and strengthen the management system to enhance all our social assistance processes.
atılmasına asla göz yummayacağız. İhmalkarlıktan veya
The speech we are making here today not only includes the measures taken for increasing the impact of social assistance on society, but also addresses how social assistance will be implemented more effectively and efficiently.
2024 yılı Nobel Ekonomik Ödülü'ne layık görülen
All our efforts will contribute to the realization of social assistance in a more effective and efficient manner and accelerate its delivery to those in need.
futbol takımımıza başarılar diliyorum. Bu düşüncelerle kabine
Valuable friends, I hope that the new legislative year will bring blessings to our country,
temenni ediyor.
and I greet you all with my warmest feelings.
Selamlıyorum. Kalın sağlıcakla.